So you've decided to study abroad. Welcome to the first steps towards an experience you'll never forget. Let us help you through the application process. By the end of this video, you will know how to apply for the short-term UWG faculty-led programs. These include spring break and summer programs to countries like France, Ecuador, Belize, China, Costa Rica, Austria, Italy, and more. The length of these programs range from 10 days to 4 weeks and also range by subject, length, and price. However, the application for the majority of them looks similar. If you are looking for a different program, please exit now and search for the correct one. If you're in the right spot, let's get to the application. Begin by going to studyabroad.westga.edu. We'll start by searching for our specific program. Click on Programs, which is highlighted by the red box. Once on this screen, you have the option to perform a simple or advanced search, list all the programs, and more. If you know the specific title of your program, then you can search for this. However, to access all of the UWG faculty-led programs, we will type UWG and then we'll click Search. We'll see the options for all UWG faculty-led programs. Make sure you know your specific program. I will use the Language and Culture in Costa Rica program for our video, so we'll click on this. Once on your program's application page, make note of the application deadline and your contacts so that you're sure of when you need to apply by and who you should contact in case you have any program-specific questions. If you keep looking under the fact sheet, you should be able to find the cost of your specific program. Everything that is included with the price listed for your program can be found under the program description. Also note that there is a budget sheet that has a breakdown for all potential costs you may run into for your program. This can be helpful when planning how much money you should bring on your study abroad trip. On your program's homepage, you should see 4 tabs labeled Overview, Location, Academics, and Costs and Scholarships. If you click on Academics, you should see the courses that will be available for your study abroad program. You will want to show the list of courses to your academic advisor to make sure the courses offered fit with your studies. Then, if you click on Costs and Scholarships, you will find information about the program fee for your trip. Program fees can be paid in different payments, and the payment schedule should be listed on this page. Please keep in mind that these deadlines are not necessarily set in stone, and it is possible for them to change. Also remember that you may not receive scholarships by the time you have to pay your program fee, so please plan accordingly. And also keep in mind that tuition is paid separately from your program fee, but you can use financial aid to help pay for it. And lastly, there should be a link to the UWG Abroad Grant application at the bottom of the cost description. Now we are finally ready to apply. If you go back to your Program's Overview tab, you can open your application by clicking Apply Now. When you click to apply, a box will ask, "Are you sure?" If you are sure this is the correct application, click OK. The login screen will direct you to how to sign in to the Oea Portal. If you are a student, faculty, or staff, you will click the first option. If you have had login credentials sent to your email, click the second. If you have no login information, use the third. All UWG students or faculty will access the portal using the first option. The next screen will then prompt you to insert your username and password, which is equivalent to the username and password used for UWG credentials: first name initial, last name, number. After you sign in, you will then see a page requesting the term for your application. Choose which one is correct for you. You have now opened your application for your program. If you were to leave this page, you could always get back to it by signing into your portal and clicking on your applications. Now it is important that you read all prompts throughout the page. These will help guide you with the application process. Make sure you fill out the program-specific application as well as the study abroad general application. There may be more requirements for your specific program, which is why it is very important to read your application instructions fully to make sure you don't miss anything. If you have any troubles or questions, you can contact Jessica Renard in the Office of Education Abroad or any of your program directors. I am going to walk you through the general application. We will begin by clicking on Study Abroad General Application. This is what your general application will look like when it has been opened. Please note that you should save your responses frequently, as your session will time out in 59 minutes. The first thing you will need to do is fill out personal information. This information includes the address you would like program information sent to, your best contact number, what kind of phone that contact number is, and whether or not you are 18 years of age. If you are younger than 18 years old, you will need to contact your program director to fill out forms and see if there will be any restrictions with what your group will be doing while you are abroad. Then you will need to fill out some academic information. When you fill out your graduation term, you should choose the option that is most appropriate for you. You will also need to let us know your major GPA. If you have not declared a major, you can just put NA as your answer. Next, you will need to write a short essay about why you have chosen the specific program you are applying to. And then you will need to fill out information for your passport. You will want to fill in this information to the best of your ability. First, you should indicate whether or not you have a passport or are in the process of getting one. If you currently have a passport from outside of the United States, you will want to find out whether you will need a visa to participate in this program or not. Next, if you are a non-U.S. citizen, you will need to indicate which country issued or is issuing your passport. If you are a U.S. citizen, you will put NA for this question. Then, you should indicate when your passport will expire. If you do not have one, you can put applying here. Be sure to keep in mind that if your passport is going to expire before or during your program, you will want to renew it and have your renewed passport before your program departure. Now you should fill in information for an emergency contact. For this information, you should indicate what the emergency contact's name is, their relationship to you, their best contact number, and their email. If there is a second phone number that you would like to enter for your contact number, you can put that here, but it is not required. Then you will need to answer a disciplinary question indicating whether or not you are currently on suspension or probation from the university for conduct violations. For the tuition and minimum credit hours section, you should choose the option that says "Yes, I understand," stating that you understand your program fee does not cover your tuition and you will need to pay it separately. After that, you will have the option to answer questions about financial aid for your program. It is important to note that your program fee will not include your tuition for the program. If you do decide to fill out this portion, you will need to indicate your eligibility for financial aid from UWG as well as your eligibility for the Hope Scholarship. Then you will need to indicate whether or not you are an out-of-state student. Please note that out-of-state students pay in-state tuition on summer study abroad programs. The next questions are also optional. If you decide to fill out this part of the application, you will first indicate whether or not you are a first-generation student, then you will answer a question regarding your veteran status, and lastly, about your prior travel experience. Answering these questions will not affect your ability to study abroad, it just helps us understand the needs of our applicant pool so that we can provide more assistance. As I mentioned, this is optional, but we do hope that you will fill it out. The last question of the application will give you the opportunity to receive funding from our office. Every student who studies abroad is guaranteed at least one scholarship through the OEA, but students must answer this question in order to receive it. If you would like to receive funding from our office, click the box that the red arrow is pointing to and click Yes, indicating you would like to receive funding from our office. It is important to note that if you do not click Yes here, you will not be able to receive the general OEA scholarship, so please make sure you answer accordingly. It's also important to note that answering this question is only for a general scholarship from our office. If you are interested in applying for a Wolves Abroad grant, the Wasden Scholarship, or the Coca-Cola First Generation Scholarship, you will need to fill out a separate application. Also remember that this scholarship is only for UWG students, so if you are a transient student from another university applying for the program, you will not be eligible to apply for this scholarship. After you have clicked Yes, another box will appear. In order to receive the general scholarship, you will need to write a short essay in this box about why you think you are a good candidate for the scholarship. Now that you are at the bottom of the application, you have the option to either save your application to complete at a later time or submit it. If you have not answered every question, you will want to save the application and complete it later. However, if all questions have been answered, you should submit the application. The difference between saving and submitting your application will look like the following. Once you've saved the application, you will be brought to this page again with a notification confirming you have successfully saved the application. However, if you submit your application, you will receive a notification like this one on that same page that is confirming your completion of the application. Then if you scroll down, you will also see that you have a check mark in the box confirming that your application has been submitted and received. Remember, some programs may fill up very quickly, and the thing that secures your spot is your deposit. Although deposits aren't required to be submitted until the application deadline, you may want to secure your spot as early as possible. You can pay your deposit and other payments through your application portal that we have previously opened. There are two ways to make payments for the UWG faculty-led programs. If you pay by cash or check, follow these instructions. The first thing you need to do is download the Study Abroad Program Payment Record to your computer. This document is highlighted in red on the screen. The second thing you will need to do is print out the form you downloaded and fill it out. Many study abroad programs go to the same country, so it is important that you fill out all required information regarding your specific program and be sure to indicate the college or department that is sponsoring your program and location. Also, you can get the program account number from your program's director or from the Office of Education Abroad. Once you have the form filled out, bring both the form and your payment to the cashier's window in the bursar's office, located in ACOC Hall. And don't forget to get a receipt. After you have paid at the bursar's office, you will need to bring a copy of the form and your receipt to Jessica Renard in the Office of Education Abroad. She will update your records regarding your payments and keep a copy of your receipt. You should also keep a copy of the form and your receipt for your own personal records. If you are paying online through credit card or e-check, you will see something that looks like this pop up once you click on your payment link. If you want to change the payment amounts to more or less, you can do that. If you overpay the program amount, however, you will have to fill out additional forms and wait potentially up to 1 month to get the money reimbursed from the university. If you underpay the program amount, it will be marked as received. Jessica gets a notification that it has been paid and compares the amount paid to the amount owed for the payment. If it is under the amount owed, she will unreceive the payment to allow for another payment to be submitted. You will get an email saying that the payment has been unreceived. We will still have a record of the payment, it just allows you to make another one. Please be sure to keep any and all receipts via email or paper to make sure you are tracking your payments. If you have any questions on whether the payment went through or questions on how much you owe, please contact our office. You will receive emails to update you on your application process as well as for your acceptance. Once you are accepted into your program, make sure to read and sign all required supplemental materials, which include your medical questionnaires, insurance, photo release, and the like. You've made it through the UWG faculty-led application process. Congratulations! If you are interested in applying for scholarships, please watch our National Scholarships video next. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the Office of Education Abroad at goabroad@westga.edu or visit us in Mandeville Hall, located between Adamson and Sanford Hall on Front Campus Drive.